Part 3 of brushing up on my Satanism. God. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I'm down to my last chew again. That's nasty, ain't it? I don't care. I'm T-Bo fucking Shepherd. Satanism. Whee. Am I a good guy? Am I a bad guy? I should have took better care of my teeth last year. Nighttime meds are kicking in. I shouldn't even try to fight sleep. It's almost midnight. Oh God, it's the Satan hour. In 34 minutes, I'll be surrounded by Satan. Well. Let's see. The paramount need to believe in something, anything, has been definitively explained by psychologists Mortimer Ostell and Ben-Ami Scharfstein. The Need to Believe, New York, International Universities Press, Incorporated, 1954. One need not believe in a set of religious principles. If one's faith is in a lump of mud is subsistence enough, well and good. If, however, a set of religious tenets is weighty with contrast between good and evil, the adherent's pietistic requirements must be addressed. Those who wish to gain acceptance from so-called respectable people must be good. Their self-righteousness must be telegraphed in subtle ways. However, it isn't enough to greet everyone with a cheery, "Hello, I'm a good person, so you must accept me," but by wearing one of the many available good guy badges. I can't remember. I've lost my identity now that I quit drinking, and this book is confusing the hell out of me. I used to be a drunk. Now I don't know what I am. I don't know. Brushing up on Satanism. Let's see here. Every peer group has its own good guy badge. The genuinely worthy gain it through individual strength of personality and accomplishment. The rest attempt to gain it by attaching a label to themselves. Psychologists call this identity. Man either establishes his identity through self or through a collective phenomenon often referred to as a cause. Celebrities will often use a worthy cause to bolster a shaky identity, which may have been originally built on individual ability. Public figures simply wear a good guy badge out of pragmatism. It is clear, or should be, that the great man is doing absolutely nothing of a genuinely charitable nature. Well, I knew that. Although it is a truism that every act is a selfish act, not all are harmful, and some are even beneficial to others. Good guy badges exhibit tendencies which are often harmful and usually devoid of tangible justification for their existence. Rational self-interest is a virtue, but should be seen for what it is, self-interest. That is a predominant theme of Satanism. Irrational self-interest and undeserved self-righteousness are, on the other hand, hallmarks of the good guy badge. Religion, having created billions of undeserving or unworthy followers, is the number one wholesaler of good guy badges. Christian doctrine has become outmoded and unbelievable, even to the most feeble-minded. One wonders, how is it possible for people to be so stupid as to believe the lies they are taught by ministers and priests? Could it be that among the psychological crushes that Christian dogma has provided, the most obvious is the easiest to overlook? Beyond its horrors and personal repressions, Christianity provides an ingredient essential to the masses' emotional equilibrium, the good guy badge. The old carnival fortune tellers call a similar ploy casing the mark, sending a client away with more problems than when he arrived. The fortune teller makes him feel glad that he arrived in time. New Age psychics, on the other hand, simply betray the diminishing quantity of self-aware fortune tellers. In believing their own bullshit, they don conspicuous good guy badges, as do the other assorted seers, prophets, channelers, and healers who have received their gift from God. They are applying religious trappings just as surely as did their hair-shirted anchorite ancestors, and strive for similar sainthood. The good guys are everywhere. Turn on the TV. Within 10 minutes, a commercial will dramatize the pleas of one of 1,000 non-profit charities. Such charities are spark plugs of the nation's economy. It's easy to see why. The donor good guy saves tax dollars. The recipient charity spends 90% of the money on overhead. Management draws inflated salaries and receives kickback tribute from vendors, who in turn are given dispensation to swell up with pride because of their good guy affiliation. If the donor donates his money directly to the government instead of a charity, his status would change from good guy to tax-paying boob. And such a demotion would cause him more in the bargain. He would have to be crazy not to choose the good guy route. I'm just going to give all my money to the government. I wish I had some money right now. I'd give some to Steve Beshear, Bill Clinton, Abraham Lincoln's eternal flame. I'd like to light a cigarette on that, maybe. I wonder if they'd get mad if you lit a cigarette on his eternal flame. I'd like to put... Wait, is Abraham Lincoln the one that's got... No, John F. Kennedy. Has he got an eternal flame? I don't know. Who cares? If the good guy donates time instead, that's alright too. They assist the charities by justifying the cost of building facilities and the spending of operational expenses. English nobility are at times forced to maintain their ancestral castles by conducting guided tours, complete in some cases with ghost noises and rattling chains. Nothing so fey in America. The palaces of the once immensely wealthy are being converted into foundations. In many instances, the original families stay put, simply yielding a few rooms to volunteers. In other cases, the foundation receives the property lock, stock and barrel, taking the distressed owner off the back tax hook. The former owner becomes a good guy, retiring with his good guy funds to a new high-rise or condo. Chances are good that he was glad to be rid of his white elephant where he rattled about for years with one or two surly servants. He has reached the point where he wants the very thing that his wealth alone may have neglected to bring: recognition. While he's still breathing, he can donate his great paintings to a museum's wing that bears his namesake and bask in good guy glory. Charities solicit those known to have an overabundance not because they can afford to give more, but because they know if the philanthropist does not give, he will be depicted as a human monster. Charities choose slogans like, "You can't afford not to give." Yes, I can, bitch, implying that those who refuse them will receive some sort of retribution for their miserliness. The trick of playing up acts of generosity from those who can scarcely afford to plays on the guilt of those who can. Mail order evangelists have been known to bulk mail solicitation brochures depicting a bunch of bloated belly orphans standing in front of their foundation's buildings in Guatemala or Biafra or New Delhi. Investigation might reveal that the foundation's Masonite sign covered New Era Export Company Limited. And those kids' faces beam not for the Lord's blessing, but for the quarter's worth of legal tender promised them for posing. Good guy causes provide unlimited opportunity for hanky-panky, and not just of the fiduciary variety. If a volunteer of sterling moral propensity meets another equally proper and equally married co-worker under physically stimulating conditions, a merger might take place in the supply room one night. A rationale will be available, of course. Both parties share a common goal. Charities are as much an opportunity for social contact as the most blatant singles club or dance course, but allow the joiner to be a good guy instead of a wallflower or creep. I'm reading out loud to my web camera. I'm Tebow Shepherd. I raise hell. I'm glad this book is so humorous and enlightening. I'm enlightened to the hell with Satan's grace. Mom telling me to brush up on Satanism. She didn't know how much fun it'd be. If you wouldn't want me to have this much fun. Oh, yeah. Another 10 minutes in. This is the end of part 3 of brushing up on Satanism. I think so. Part 3 is